All right then. Right, should be good. All right then. Oops, I can hear myself. Hang on. Okay. So, we're finally in the top 3. We're in the final of Skipper's Tenkaichi Budokai tournament. It's been a pretty crazy tournament, to be honest. It's actually a pretty low amount of DQs. Like, a lot of matches were played. Unfortunately, the man himself, Skipper, is not here. He can't be here today, but I'll be casting instead of him for tonight. Hopefully these games don't last too long because it's already 11 p.m. in Japan, and yeah, so the situation right now with the bracket is there's the top 3 left. It's Parali versus Jorge in the upper bracket in the winners finals, and we've got Bam Sushi himself waiting in the lower bracket. And so there will be three matches played in this stream: the winners finals, the losers finals, and the grand finals. So the winner of this will go to grand finals, and the loser of this will go to the losers finals. So right now we're waiting for Jorge and Parali to set up the stream. To one of them, I think Jorge will stream it once we get this fixed. And so yeah, it's been a really interesting tournament. We had 26 participants actually. That's kind of amazing, and all of them basically are, actual players, like people who actually engage in the community. There was one person who was I think was a VR player, who did not play any matches, of course, did not show up at all, but everyone else they were pretty active. Some people weren't able to play any of the matches at all because of deadlines. Some notable players like Kev couldn't play at all because he had the 86420 error code, which is deadly, which is a shame because I think Kev could have easily made top 8 with his Breck, maybe, I don't know, but well, he would have made top 8, I think. I do think so. And because of that, a couple of other notable players, very strong players that would have made top 4 even, kind of had to DQ. One of them was Johnny, who I don't think he played a single game because he couldn't meet the deadlines, which is a shame too. Okay, so anyway, we can talk about that later while we're waiting for the matches. And now we are searching. I think this is Jorge's POV. And they're in search right now. They're in third. And we will be starting the winners finals right now. It's winners finals between Parali and Jorge. Very big names. Parali, of course, the GOAT. And Jorge, who's very respectable, very high level, one of the best Spanish players. One of the most respectable Spanish players, to be honest. Because of his involvement in the community. And so let's kick off right now. Parali is kicking off first. Silver Bullet, as always. He is playing an S-chain comp here with Minamisawa and Adult Goenji. So Parali is playing full chain here in the first half. His goal condition right now is to wait until 420 or 350, I believe, yes, to try to chain. So what he wants to do right now is he wants to stall for time and then get a chain going at around 3 minutes or 250 around that time. And what Jorge wants to do is to delay that. So let's see what's going to happen here. This is a common strat to hog the ball with Hakuryu because Hakuryu charges the ball really fast when he has the ball. Sorry, he charges really fast when he has the ball. So right now, okay, Parali's trying to get a multi-kill in order to get a chain going. He's probably going to have to Mixi-Max here. Or okay, he's gonna try to chain now with Tayo. Very good movement. He actually slips through all of them, and this is a really good position for Parali. And I think when I looked at the time, it was like 4:40. This could be a goal because, yeah, this should be a goal depending on who Jorge's goalkeeper is because basically at this time, none of the meta defenders are ever charged at this time at 4:40. So this is why S chaining is so strong. Parali decides to get the third chain off probably just to make sure the timing is the same so that he syncs up both Minamisawa and Goenji. And that is the first goal. So Jorge is playing Majin Tachimokai, I think if I saw correctly. And first goal to Parali, very, very good start. He didn't even mixi max his Hakuryu for that. He just used one Taiyo charge. A very efficient goal. Very good start for him. Let's see if Jorge can pull it back now. Jorge's playing Taiyo on the side. And so Taiyo on the side. Who was he playing? He was playing Yasha. Yeah, he's playing Yasha in the volant in the mid defensive midfield position, which is interesting. It's pretty good defensive tool all around, but ooh, Jorge messed up the dash cancel there, probably because of the lag. Since for those who are unaware, Parali is from Japan and Jorge is from Spain, so the lag is kind of significant. Parali does. Ooh, that was good. Well played from both of them. Parali does intercept the pass, but Jorge manages to get it back with the Asha. Good movement. And let's see, Jorge with the shoe here, he knows that Onizuka is there and he goes, yeah. So he opened the circle a little early there. He wanted to thread the needle and avoid the Kazemaru and get to the Onizuka, to Parali's Onizuka. But very good defense there from Parali. And let's see how. So Parali's Hakuryu is already charged again because of his multi-kill earlier. And very good timing here of the Mixi Max. So none of Parali's chainers are charged right now, but they will be soon. I believe in 2 or 3 more in-game minutes. So he's gonna want to stall until then. Let's see how he's gonna do that. Or he can actually choose to move up the field because none of Jorge's defenders should be charged right now. So he's moving very well here. He's probably aiming to get a multi-kill here. But this is a very bad usage of the Hakuryu Sprint Warp here because it's only killing Kitaki and it uses up a whole Miximax charge. He's gonna pass it to Sakuma, who's gonna charge here. Good evasion, and I think this is another goal. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is another goal. Yasha isn't there to shoot block this. And Jorge's Onizuka is also not charged to block this. Yeah, can't get the burning phase hit either, the insta block, as some people like to call it. So 2-2-4, even if you're playing Mao Tachimukai, you need a bit of RNG to stop that. And it's 2-0 now. Parali with an insane start. With an insane start here. Now we are. Sorry, I was actually looking at the YouTube feed, and that's actually kind of delayed. So right now I'm looking at the Discord feed, and it should be correct now. Oops, my bad. I should be up to speed now, not delayed. So right now the score is 2-0 for Parali. Jorge's moving up, very good kill there. He can still keep moving up here, yes. I don't know if Parali's Onizuka is charged right now. If he's not, then Jorge could pass this to Tenma right now and dash in. Let's see what he does. Onizuka's charged. Ooh, okay. Okay, so yeah, I don't know what would have been the correct play there. He did try to pass it to Kitaki, who was charged, and he maybe tried to gamble the 50-50 against Parali's Onizuka, but it wasn't very successful. And now we are back in Parali's control. Zanark, Mixie Maxes. Honestly, very clean gameplay on the most part from Parali. And let's see what he does here because his chainers aren't going to be charged for another like 6 minutes, I think, until like 24 minutes. And okay, so he gets tackled on purpose to give the ball to Tachimukai. And now, because he wanted to pass it to Goenji. Now, I think this is actually kind of bad because yeah, I think yeah, he wanted to go down to possibly chain with Goenji with Hakuryu chain starting. But right now, his Goenji is all completely used up. He can't chain anymore with him for probably the rest of this half. And Yasha's gonna take the ball. And so Jorge does pop the burning phase for this. This is really good for Jorge here. If he can if he can, if yes, so Parali is going to try to cancel the dash, but Jorge does predict it. But now he can't just go dash in. He has to evade first, and yeah, the burning phase with the torque is pretty hard to get away from. So very good defense here from Parali, and a really good attack from Jorge actually. That use of the burning phase worked really well for him. And right now, Parali's back with the ball, and I do think that his S chainers will be charged pretty soon, so he's probably looking at that. And this is actually a really good position for him because Jorge's Yasha is not charged. Speaking of Yasha, Yasha just takes the ball. Foul, okay. Field resets. And yes, so you can see Goenji is actually charged, but Kitaki actually takes the ball. And so a Torb charge is used here. I don't know if that's on purpose, but regardless, this is actually not that good. So Parali wants to chain in through the middle here. He wants to chain through the middle, but he gets interrupted. And I do think, does Tayo have one more charge? If Parali's Tayo still has one more charge, this is a goal. If not, then it's still a goal actually, because yeah, he's gonna be charged completely fully because that is a multi-kill, a massive multi-kill, and this should be the third goal of the game. 3-0. It's kind of crazy here. I was not expecting this kind of game. But this is most likely a 3-0 right here. Let's see if Jorge managed to desync his Onizuka at any point. And no, it is just a 3-0. Wow. So you can see how good the S chaining is, especially in the first half. It's one of the most, in my opinion. Well, I'm biased because I'm I'm a chainer myself, but this is one of the best first half strats in my opinion in this meta. It's insanely strong. It's in order to counter it, you would have to have some really nasty anti S chaining strats. Like but it would make you very vulnerable to strats that are not playing S chain. So it's very risky, especially when you're up against players like Parali, who can basically play anything. So even if you try to predict it, and you get the prediction wrong, you're just completely screwed. So it's tough, and that's why S chain is so strong. And the pass is intercepted again. I think that was too readable there that he wanted to pass to Shu, but he gets it back into Shu. Unfortunately, Tenma is not charged, and if Tenma was charged anyway, Sakuma would have gotten that ball. I think Jorge could have probably played around the bottom side a bit more to avoid the Onizuka, and he could have played against the Paraly's Torb. But okay, very good. Okay, this is really good for Jorge. He gets the really sick burning phase steal there, and now he's in a great position with Shu. I don't know if he kills Onizuka here. He does. This should be a goal from Jorge if the time. Oh, okay. Yep. So that happens. So Jorge did mess up the timing, unfortunately, and he didn't get the ball. He didn't get the goal. That could have been 3-1 at least. Would have made the second half a lot more doable. And now we will cut to black. So the anti-spoiler as the players make their halftime changes. So far, it's been a very I wouldn't say a one-sided match. It's not really one-sided. Yeah, it's not one-sided, but it's more like Jorge gets pretty close, and then he just makes one wrong pass that goes that makes his dashers go up against the wrong defender. And I think that you saw that perfectly with the previous attack where he could have really went towards the Torb instead of passing the Tenma. But regardless, it's gonna be an uphill battle now if Jorge wants to pull this back. And Parali, let's see what he does. There's a lot of ways you can pivot from playing S-Chain in this first half. You can keep playing S-Chain in the second half. You can pivot into a what's that formation called? Death Zone? Is it Death Zone? The 4-3-3 formation where you play only one chainer in the middle. You can pivot into a hybrid composition. You can you can easily go into hybrid with Goenji because you can give the young Goenji a body candy so that he wins against all of the jungle players. So yeah, let's see what he does here. And Jorge is probably gonna play a pretty standard second half. I wouldn't expect anything too crazy to change. Probably like yeah, I don't know honestly. It depends how Jorge wants to play. If he wants to play super defensively, I don't think he wants to do that anyway. We're starting with Jorge back, and he's playing Tenshu. He's playing Tenshu with that's Raimon Tenma Tenshu on the on the side. So this is actually a pretty defensive. This is a pretty defensive composition now from Jorge, which is really good. Tenshu is very good against chainers because not a lot of chain starters can beat Tenshu. And even if they beat, they have to use up a lot of their resources. So now, what is playing Kinako midfield? Parali is playing Gabi in the midfield as well. That was very risky. Okay. Does Jorge win this? No, he doesn't. Okay, so Parali just gets the ball pretty uncontested here. He doesn't really mind. As a trainer, you don't really mind using your Gabi. This is really bad. So I think Parali is playing. He's playing Minamisawa with kick S plus, and he's playing Tasuke. So he's playing a holo comp right now, and is a holo comp is where you play a non-chainer in a chain team, in the middle, in that attacking midfield position, making it so that you can't chain through the middle. You can do like a double chain through the middle, but you can still do a slip chain through the middle. So it's a really good solution. These kind of holo comps, holo team chain comps, is very good because you often lack space when you play chain in the second half. So anyway, I spoke too much, and now earlier Parali was trying to go for an attack, but it was stolen by Jorge, and now it's going back and forth, and so Torb actually takes the ball here, and this is good for Parali because actually never mind. I said nothing. So now Jorge he's gonna be uncontested here. He's gonna be completely uncontested until needs to dodge that Gabi. That is crazy. What the hell? That just happened. So that was really smooth. What Jorge needed to do there was just to run away from Gabi. That's all he needed to do, and he did exactly that. He evaded the Gabi so well, and the thing is, Tenma wins against everyone else in that situation, and he dashed so smooth. That was crazy. That was a really good goal. And now, anyway, Parali's back in the attack now. He wants to get this chain going, probably towards the south side. Yeah, he wants to go to the Minamisawa because I think Jorge's lower defenders on the bottom are not charged. So let's see. Oh, this is maybe good, maybe. So Ray's dribble radius isn't that wide. So yeah. But I think he win. Yeah, he wins because they tie this. And now Jorge's burning phase is gonna disappear. It's gonna disappear, and I don't know where Parali's gonna try and chain this from. Yeah, down, right? Surely, yeah. So this should, I think it's up to RNG. Even if Minamisawa is kick S plus, it is still up to RNG. So it was Torb that was used earlier. It is 11 RNG, base power 200 basically. This is most likely gonna be 4-1. Jorge needs a lot of RNG for this. Let's see if he can. Nope, he cannot. Even with 14 RNG, he can't stop this. It is gonna be 4-1. Parali sticking to playing chain, and it's kind of working out now. It's relatively difficult to keep scoring a lot in the second half if you keep playing chain. But this is really good. Playing Ray is really good because Ray is, even though his chain start isn't that powerful, his dribbling is insanely good. And so now Jorge is trying to dribble up. He forces the tie with Torb and wins the spam battle, and it connects on the Gamma instead. So this is a really good offense from him. Let's see what he does here. He beats Gabi. He beats everyone there. He just needs to get the multi-kill so that he can get a free path to goal. Let's see. And this is a goal. That was really clean. So even if he didn't get the multi-kill, he just needed to knock out one of the defenders to clear the field for him to line up for the no mash. 4-2. Good goal there from Jorge. And Parali now probably wants to go to the north side. He wants to chain through Goenji. I don't know what Jorge's defenders timings are here. So he uses up all of his Gabi. This is a really bad position for Parali. Yep. I didn't comment on this earlier, but Jorge is playing Kinako on the southern side, matching against his Gamma, and that's a losing matchup. Oh, that's a bit awkward, but maybe that actually works out really well for Jorge, because I think he gets a triple kill here, and he just needs to pass back to Mephisto and play around the Parali's burning phase. Let's see what he does. Yes, he does do that, and ooh, okay, that was very well played from both sides. I'm gonna okay, so damn. So Jorge tries to bait out the burning phase, and he takes it slow, and he decides to do a dash shoot break toward the top side, but Parali predicts it by tackling, and he intercepts the shot. So that was really good, and now Jorge is in front of goal again. He can do another dash shoot break, and it's a goal. It's 4-3. It was 3-0 first half. We're in 4-3 now, and 20 minutes, 10 minutes left on the clock for Jorge to possibly pull this back. This is a really good grand finals here. Both players are playing pretty good. As you can see though, Minamisawa is charged right now. Parali wants to get a multi-kill there with Kazemaru, but he couldn't find anyone. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Chain is really hard to play in the second half when you have bad matchups like this. It's really unfortunate. This, and a lot of it. Okay, I'm gonna stop. So Parali's trying to get through this blockade of Mixie Maxes that Jorge has on the sides, and he's kind of succeeding at it right now because he needs to get this charge going from close enough. So right now he brings his Gamma all the way from the south to the north. The thing is, I don't know if Goenji's charged. The second thing is, I don't know if Jorge has a defender who's charged. Third is, can Gabi block? He does. That's a goal. It's really, really good play there from Parali. as a trainer myself, I wouldn't have found that angle, but he he brought the gamma. He brought the gamma from the bottom side, from the south side, up top where he would win in the matchup against Jorge's Tenshu, and that allowed him to score. And that was a really long process of him to do that. Anyway, Jorge has 3 minutes now. He's gonna try and do something. This is a pretty decent steal here from Mephisto. But the thing is, his Kitaki is not charged. And he's kind of fumbling here with the dashes, because he wants to dash as fast as possible, but he's missing. And Parali gets a really good intercept there. And I do think that this is going to be a 5-3, a 5-4 at best for Jorge. I think Parali has this in the bag. There's no time left. And Jorge just doesn't have the resources. Mephisto's not charged. Kitaki's out of TP. He needs to go through the Tenma, but even so, that Tenma is matched up against the Torb on the bottom side. Let's see if Jorge can make a final attack here as he gets the ball with a La Flamme from Minamisawa. Let's see what he does here. He needs to pass downwards, but Onizuka's there. He takes the ball, and this should be GG. Harali is through to the grand finals. Or is he? Oh, he is, but can Jorge make this 5-4? Can he do it? Does he have time? No, he does not. And he... okay, that was close. That was a good attempt. But this should be GG. Overall, really good gameplay from both players. Parali was... You could see that this chain team does struggle in the second half. But Parali was... His lead in the first half was just strong enough. And he managed to get that 5th goal, which wasn't really that crucial, retrospectively, but still, he managed to get that 5th goal really well. And now, Parali is through to the grand finals, and Jorge is in the lower bracket finals, where he will play against Bam Sushi. Anyway, see.
そうそう右ストライクそうそう両者とも譲らない行くよジャンヌよし止めろ行くぜ両者とも一歩も許さない止めろ行くぞ行くよシューミキシトランスシュー両者とも一歩も譲らないはいザランス落ちろオールデリート止めろ今だワンダートラップまさかこっちの番行くぞ止めろ行くぞ止めろ止めろ止めろ行くぜ両者とも一歩も譲らない止めせろやらせねえぞ古代の翼行くぞ行くぜ行くぞ行くぞ 乗ってきたぜ。トリプルジャングル。止めるぞ。止めろ。おっと、止めろ。やらせねえぞ。行くぞ。これ命は行くぞ。行くぜ。トリプルジャングル。止めた。行くよ。ジャンヌミッシェトランス。ジャンヌ両者とも一歩譲らない。メロディーウェーブ。これは止められない。止めろ。僕が倒す。13ガンマストライク。強烈な必殺シュート。天空落とし。なんとシュートチェイン。いくぞ。ベッドインパンチ。キーパー止めた。任せろ。よし行くぞ。行くぜ。行くぞ。行かせない。いける。はあ。王の剣。これは止められない。止めろ。行くぞ。精鋭兵ポーン。マシンガンビート。大丈夫。ナイスセーブだ。守るにはチームと一つになる。行きますよ。アーサーミキシトランス。アーサー止めて。行かせん。トリプルジャングル。ここは止めた。さあタイムアップ目前。キムです。行かせない。はあ。キラキライリュージョン。行くぞ。ディフェンス。行かせない。いける。はあ。王の剣。ここは突破した。行くぞ。行くぞ。今度はこっちの番。やっとけ。行かせない。ボンジーセラスト。これは止められない。ゴール。もう終わりか。さあキックオフで試合再開です。さあ追いつけか。止めろ。ここからはロスタイムです。止めて。いける。王の剣。 ゴッドウィンド強烈な必殺シュートドラゴンブラスターなんとシュートチェインです。いくぞベッドインパンチゴール同点ゴールだ。これが俺の実力だ。さあキックオフで試合再開です。さあどう攻めるのか。行くぞ行くぞやらせねえぞ。はあ精鋭兵ポンマシンガンビートダダダダダダダダダやられないで決まった決まったな。さあキックオフで試合再開です。止めろ行くぞ行くぞ。これで試合終了のホイッスル勝利です。素晴らしい熱戦でした。実況は角間啓太でお送りしました。
That was definitely a match. I hope you all enjoyed it. The end lag was kind of unfortunate there. Jorge should have really scored that 0-1, but I hope I made up for it by giving away the goal. I mean, giving him the ball at least. And he did not mess up the second time, so props to him. Honestly, really good game. I feel like compared to how Harali played S-Chain, I feel like I have a lot to learn. But yeah, it was a really fun match. Anyway, now we're waiting for the rematch between Jorge and Parali. They should be playing anytime soon now. Once the players are ready, we'll let you know. And yeah, I think so. So because Jorge is coming from the lower losers bracket, he has to win twice. So if Jorge wins this next one against Parali, he has to win one more time in order to win the whole tournament, because Parali has the winners bracket advantage. So anyway, what can we talk about now? I guess because the previous game wasn't casted, it was really close. I feel like was that the first or second goal where my Senguji was taking the free kick for some reason. In that might have cost me the game, to be honest. I don't know. Should have, maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure, to be honest, but regardless, Jorge played really well in that match. I think I got pretty lucky with the placements in the second half, because my Gamma was in front of his Tenshu, as well as my Gabi. Little fun fact as well, in the second half, I actually didn't put guard candy on Kirino, because I used 3 items already and I didn't keep track of it. So good thing it wasn't actually punished. But basically, I played with a B plus guard stat defender Kirino in the second half. Didn't cost me much, but yeah, I should definitely keep track of the items better. But also, on the other hand, I played my Raimon Tenma next in front of his my god, Kinako. And actually that wasn't too bad, because I could Mixie Max into Arthur. So because I was able to play Arthur, it was still playable, and I actually did get my 3rd goal because of that. So right now we are jumping into games soon. Jorge and Parali they're ready to play again. And what is this? Can't type with your nick. I'm Skipper and I'm not on my PC. Did fix your PC? I don't know. That's not my job anyway. So it'll be interesting if the 2 players end up bringing this exact same teams into this grand finals. So earlier, to recap, Parali played a full S-chain team, and Jorge played a pretty standard no match team, like a very, very stock standard team. And so it'll be interesting, because Jorge, when he played against me, he knew that I would play chain, and because of that, he had a pretty anti-chain team. He brought Mephisto in the attacking midfield. He brought a Tsunami in the defensive midfield, and because of that, it was kind of it didn't really result in much, because I still managed to overpower him with the chains, and he did also excuse me, he did also mess up the placements a little bit, but at the end of the day, it didn't really matter. But still, it is much stronger to play that against a chain team, because Mephisto is just really annoying because of his block. He can instantly block any weak chain starts through the middle, and Tsunami can also really easily block any slip chains. So also, yeah, Jorge got, how does he have level 1 on Tenma? That's suspicious, bro. That should, yeah. The stars aligned. He knew that I would mess up that way. Anyway, this is Jorge's POV right now. We are seeing it's going to be really interesting what teams they play, if they play any different teams. And reminder, this is the grand finals. This is the grand finals of Skipper's Tenkaichi Budokai. It ran from Saturday up until Wednesday today. Was it Friday? I think it was Friday, yeah. So it was from last Friday to Wednesday now. A lot of matches were played. A lot of interesting things happened. I think one of the interesting things was, I would say, Killian, who is a very good 3DS player back in the day. Very one of the strongest, I believe. He actually made it pretty far. I think he made top 8 this tournament, and he did it by beating some. Let me check it. He went through the lower bracket to make it to top 8. Yeah, he beat Balwan, he beat Milozaki. He got a free pass against Caleb because Caleb DQ'd, and then he had a very close game against Skipper, a 3-2 game. And I think Killian has been on matchmaking a lot these days, so it's really nice to see him make a decently deep run into the tournament and making it really close against Skipper. So I think Killian's run is one of the highlights of this tournament. And we also had the VR GOAT, Nachureza. Nachureza played a few games. I think he went he did lose against Jorge 4-1, which is absolutely a respect. I mean, you're seeing Jorge in the grand finals right now, and I watched the match between him and Bachor, where he lost 1-3, but that scoreline does not really tell the whole story because that really could have been Nachoreza's game. So I think it's really nice to see like a good VR player make such a good run. Anyway, we are here with the grand finals. I yap too much. It's here. I'm casting. It's Bum. We're casting the grand finals here of the Tenkaichi Budokai, and it is Parali versus Jorge. Parali on the winner's bracket, from the winner's side, Jorge on the loser's side, so Jorge has to win this twice. And earlier, they actually played in the winners final, where Parali won. Was it 4-3? So right now it seems like Parali, and so Parali got the kickoff. And it seems like Parali is playing the exact same team as he was playing earlier. He's playing an S-chain team and he's doing this Hakuryu stall opening strategy. And he did it perfectly because now his Hakuryu is charged. He can mixy max him. He got a multi-kill. Very, very good start here. Even taking away the charge from Jorge a little bit. He's gonna get another multi-kill here. A very, very, very good here. He wants to shoot before 420, and here we go. Yes, he wants to shoot before 540, so I believe this is another goal. Well, sorry, not another. This is the first goal, and it basically happened the exact same way as in the winners final, as in the previous time these two played. Very, very strong shot here. I don't think, but apparently I don't think he needed to use that. Just in case, just in case. This is to guarantee that it's a goal, and it is okay. So actually, it's a good thing that he shot. So Jorge is actually playing almost the exact same team as he did in the winners final with the Yasha, but instead of playing Tatsumokai, he is playing Shinsuke. So this makes his team makes his defense a little better, especially against Goenji. I'm sorry, Parali isn't playing the exact same team. I think I saw a Kitaki there. I think that was a Kitaki. Let me double check. Hang on. I can't see. But okay. Jorge with the ball now. He's moving up field with this Soso Zanark. He should have a pretty open path up until the final line, Parali's final line, which should be either Kazimaru or Torb. He's probably gonna pass down here. He's gonna pass down to pass up. a pass down. Okay, he's playing Mephisto actually, so it's a bit of a mix of the different teams that he was playing, both against me and against Parali. And so this is a really good play here. He's gonna get a multi-kill. Very good pass earlier, and Kitaki can have a pass downwards now. He can do a side no mash. Oh, but Parali gets the mixie cancel here, and I think with the Soso he can take the ball sorry, away from him. Yep, yes he can. Very good defense from Parali and a pretty good attack from Jorge, but I think he saw the path, but I think it was a bit fast for him to do that. So now Parali's back with the ball. He's probably gonna want to keep holding this for a bit because none of his chainers are charged. So let's see how he does this. Is he gonna try and attack? Oh shit, that was a level 2 on the Yasha. So Jorge is not playing Crazy Sunlight on Yasha. Oh my god. That was a sick predict from Parali. Jorge was about to burning phase there, but damn, Parali read it, or maybe he just got the timing right, and this should be a goal right here. Yep, it's a goal for Parali. It's 2-0. Really good prediction on the Kitaki there. Probably he was looking at that burning phase, and he timed it absolutely to perfection. And so Parali is in the lead now. He's playing, I'm sorry, he's not playing the exact same team as he was in the first game that they played in the winners finals. Instead, he's playing a hybrid team. Instead of playing an adult Goenji, a Japan Goenji, he's playing Kitaki on the side of Hakuri. So this feels more like a chain. Ooh, Jorge almost there. I think if he dashed upwards a bit more, he could have dashed. If he dashed twice upwards, he would have been able to get his circle off, and now Parali can get his chain off, but no, he decides to hold it and collides with Mephisto instead. I don't know whose side this favors right now, because Parali can start a chain or not. He can. So Taiyo still has charge, so he can still chain this into a triple, into an S chain. But let me look at the time. But the thing is, Jorge's defender should be charged right now, so I don't know if he can get through here. Let's see. Jorge's Onizuka should be charged, and Torb, so it doesn't matter because Torb blocks this anyway. So actually Jorge with that Mephisto, see the value, he manages to stall it out just in time for his A rank as his A charge defenders to get charged, and now Jorge is on the offense with this Taiyo. And that could have been a really good angle of attack, but he gets intercepted and he loses the ball. Jorge activates burning phase, and he's gonna try and move up because all of his forwards are charged, but he messes up. He kicks it too far. He wanted to pass to any one of his charged forwards, but just unlucky with the passing. And now Parali is going really fast with the no mash. It's really good. Jorge still has a Kazemaru, I think, pulled back to defend, so it's not gonna be a guaranteed goal. But Parali, since he's playing hybrid, he doesn't have anyone else to pass this to, so he's gonna have to 1v1 this somehow. He's gonna have to sneak his way, and he fails. I think he maybe tried to go downwards for a DSB there, but Jorge defends that well. Good movement, not to get hit by the invincibility frames. And so from the goal kick, Parali does steal the ball again, and now Parali is kind of he needs to go up to chain from the middle, but he does get forced into a corner in the bottom, and now it's the ball for Jorge. Jorge loses the ball again after a failed lob pass. But Jorge gets the ball with Taiyo. This is super good for Jorge right now. This Taiyo basically is unstoppable right now. Let's see what he does with this. He can move up right now. He's gonna move up, and he does a lobbed pass. That was actually a really good lob pass, but unfortunately Kitaki is not charged, and Parali also used his burning phase, so it isn't the best move. Not the best move to use his Burning Phase, or maybe it was. And yeah, so Parali tried to get the ball to Hakuryu to probably do a chain start, but he didn't wait for the positions to reset yet. So Jorge's players are all moved up forward, which is why Kazemaru is over there. Now this is looking a bit bad for Jorge, but none of his players are charged. He just needs to, yes, that he needed to play that perfectly in order to score that. And Parali was able to defend it. He needed to do single, probably double step dashes for that. And so I believe Jorge's Kitaki was either offside or he tried to hit Onizuka with the Burning Phase, but it did not work. And so now, but Parali actually gets the ball again. Oh, but he gets tackled. Parali's tackles have been really good this game, and it's been a really back and forth game here after the 15-minute mark. And so Parali just, you see him keep passing to his Hakuryu because he needs to. There's no one else who can really start this powerfully, and it's gonna be 2-0 in the first half. Really interesting game so far. Both players just made very tiny adjustments to their teams between the winners finals and the grand finals, but it really changes, especially Parali's change, the way he changed from full chain into playing hybrid just by changing adult Goenji into Kitaki. And that really changes the whole dynamic because suddenly Parali can actually no mash, which was something that we didn't see in the first game. So right now, as we're waiting for first half, I want to talk a bit more on the this hybrid team that Parali's playing, because when you see hybrid, you're usually seeing a full no mash comp, a full no mash team with one chainer, usually an Ishido, a Goenji, a Genius. Back in the day, it was Kanon, and that was it. But Parali is actually playing a full chain team, but just with one no masher in Kitaki. So it's like a hybrid, but a chain leaning instead of a no mash leaning, which is what we've seen most of the time. And of course, this is not like, oh my god, this is novel. Parali's like the GOAT. He's making all these. No, I wouldn't say that, but still, it's not very common to see this. It's really not, because it's really hard to actually use that Kitaki effectively. Because once you use that Kitaki in the wrong point, like if you use his like a machine gun beat in a place where you don't get a multi-kill or a goal, for example, he's kind of just dead. You can't layer your attacks with that Kitaki in order to no mash, because he's the only no masher there. The only other alternative is you have Hakuryu, who can mixi max, but the thing is Parali already used his Hakuryu mostly to chain, so it doesn't really work. Anyway, we're back in the second half. There were a few changes there. They were all pretty regular changes. I believe Parali's playing... What the hell was Parali playing? Parali was playing 8 guard and Jorge's playing 8 body, I'm pretty sure. So it is... There are no stat discrepancies here. All the stats are the same as in first half. He's playing Gabi in the midfield. So Jorge is playing Kirino on the side. This is something that he's been doing... sorry, not Kirino, Kinako on the side. This is something that he's been doing the whole... like every single game, I think, against a chainer. And it's generally really effective. Oh, so Parali is really well... So he gets... So in the previous match, Parali's Gamma was up against... Fuck. was up against Jorge's Kinako. But now it's reversed. Parali gets the lucky draw, and his Gamma is facing Jorge's Tenshu. So this is really good for Parali actually. It's a bit of a guessing game there during halftime. And now Parali keeps his chaining. I'm sorry, what is he playing? So, ooh, okay. Anyway, I'll put that on hold. Jorge gets the ball here. This is really dangerous right now. He gets the ball with Kirino, and he can go attack here. Kitaki's not charged, but Parali doesn't have. Oh, he does have Burning Phase. So, so Jorge tried to do a nasty side 45-degree angle. No mesh there. If it worked, it would have been crazy, but it's really hard to time that even normally, and even harder to time that when it's laggy, and even harder to time that when it's Burning Phase. So I respect it for trying though. And now Parali's gonna try to chain this. No, he doesn't. He baited it a little bit. And Parali gets the movement speed. Just, yeah, that's pretty nasty right there. So he gets to get a multi-kill there, kills the Kirino kills the Torb of Jorge. He lobs it up for some reason. I guess he was hoping that Kitaki was charged, but he's not. So Parali is maintaining the hybrid form here. That's probably an S plus kick Someoka, so it's really strong against Jorge's Shinsuke. So it's a good matchup. And after the lob ball, Jorge tries to get a Mixie Max in the air to get that's a really good way to get a Mixie Max off. But unfortunately the distance, the height of the ball wasn't enough for him to do that. And now Parali is trying to chain through Someoka here. But he is burning through his Gamma quite a lot here, even though he's winning against Tenshu. And it looks like okay, but it actually feels really bad because you're using up all of your Gamma charges just to get through. But he should be able to get the goal here, I believe. I'm not sure. I wasn't looking at Jorge's defender on the top there, but yes, it is gonna be a goal here. Someoka gets a massive 226 chain, 210. That was already enough against the Shinsuke, and it's 3-0. Oh boy. Parali, this is the second half already, and I think we're 10 minutes in, and it's 3-0. Jorge's gonna have to pull a crazy comeback here. Well, he needs to start by getting one goal first. But the thing is, yeah, the situation on the field isn't that good. His Kitaki is charged here, so he's gonna Mixie Max the Tenma. So he's gonna go all out on the offense. He's not gonna play around charges here on the Tenma. He's gonna go. That's unlucky, but it doesn't really matter. I think it doesn't matter. So he's gonna go down south. He's gonna go from the bottom so that he layers with the Kitaki, with his Kitaki. So this is a really bad usage of the Arthur Tenma here on a level 1 Kitaki that doesn't kill anyone else. But still, he's getting the ball forward. And what he wants to do here is he wants to layer this together with the Kitaki. The thing is, neither of his two forwards right now defeats, they all tie against Mixie Max Torb. So he needs to play this really well, and his Mephisto is not charged, and he does mess it up. So I see the vision there, it was a good try, but the Torb placement is just too strong, and unfortunately, Jorge's Mephisto wasn't on. And now, Jorge does get the ball back though, because of a bad goal kick from Parali. And, ooh, okay, so I don't think Jorge was expecting that for Parali's Torb to be so far up. And it is going to... so Parali, is that 2 Gabbies? That has to be 2 Gabbies, right? What? So Parali's playing he's playing pre-Mixie Kirino and the regular Kirino. So the thing is, both of them give guard keys. So I guess one way to play 8 guard is to play 2 Kirinos. Anyway, Jorge, burning phases here. Ooh, so this is it good? So Jorge traps it with Mephisto, and he's gonna keep the burning phase, and Parali loses it. But Parali has that Torb there, and Torb is so fucking fast, so I don't think okay, but this is a really good play here. Luckily, Parali's Kazemaro only charges now, but the thing is, Jorge's Tenma loses his Arthur Tenma here, so it's gonna be interesting where he goes here. Is he gonna? That's a very good. That was really good. So he chooses to play really fast, really high tempo. He takes advantage of the invincibility speed. I think you could see Parali pull his Torb towards the bottom. He was probably expecting him to pass downwards to maybe Kitaki or something. But Jorge chooses to go fast and to do a DSB, to risk it. And it does pay off. 3-1. Jorge gets a goal back, but there's 22 minutes left. I mean, sorry, 10 minutes left, and Parali is he's kind of playing with it now because, again, he's playing a hybrid team, but this time after playing a chain leaning hybrid in the first half, he's playing a no mash leaning hybrid now, which is really fascinating to see. Okay, so, but Jorge does manage to get tie, but this ends up being a bad thing for Jorge, I think, because now Parali can just keep the ball, and the thing is, he can just keep the ball forever, or not. Nah, never mind. Okay, never mind again. So, Parali could just opt to score. Oh, so I do think Parali could have scored there with enough RNG if he played it right, but he messed up the alignment on the dash, so he got out. But now Jorge still has a chance here. Not anymore. So now Parali has a chance to make it 4-1 if he can get a chain start going, but probably not. So Parali, this Tenma is really strong in this situation. In a situation where your opponent thinks you're gonna play full chain, this Tenma is insanely strong. This is not even Arthur Tenma. Anyway, he shoots here because he definitely loses against Jorge's Tenshu, but this is a bad alignment because his Somioka isn't in range. He's just shooting it. Anyway, he's winning. It's still a good play. It's still a good play to do this. But that doesn't go in, does it? Okay, yeah. I completely forgot that's a Shinsuke. Anyway, so Jorge has a good path here. He could make this 3-2. I'm pretty sure Parali still has his Torb though, down there. So this is, and I believe his Kitaki should be charged. Jorge's Kitaki should be charged. I don't think Mephisto is. We gotta see. But anyway, he has Burning Phase. That Torb is such a nuisance. Yeah, his Kitaki is charged, but the tie from the Torb is too strong, and Kirino takes the ball, and I think this is it. Parali keeps the ball here, Gamma wins that, and it might be game here. Parali just needs to keep the ball a bit more, and even if Jorge scores another goal, it's still going to be a Parali victory here. We're just waiting for the whistle. Really well played game from everyone, to be honest, from both sides, Parali and Jorge. Jorge did some really cool stuff to try and bring it back, but it is not enough, and I'm sorry, Parali is the winner, the champion of the Tenkaichi Budokai. Congratulations to Parali. Really hard fought victory there. Very good. He tore through the winner's bracket. Oh, I wouldn't say tore through, but he went through the winner's bracket. He won. He didn't drop a single match, and very after a bit of a slump probably during the previous few tournaments at Strikers Lounge 1 and 2, he's back and he just won the biggest Strikers tournament we've had in a while. Big congrats to him, and thank you all for watching. It's been a great time casting this really fun set of games. It's a shame that it was only between Parali and Jorge, but still, I wouldn't have asked for a better two to commentate over. Really good. Thank you to Skipper as well. Really good tournament. I really enjoyed TOing and playing and now casting it. Really fun, and I hope we get to see more of this stuff. I think Strikers is back, is it? I hope so. Anyway, thank you all for watching.